One of the most crucial elements of CRM administration is efficient management of users in your account. Right from getting them on board to defining their privileges in the system, there's a lot of settings that you need to deploy. So, this video is called Connecting the Dots. It's all about throwing some light on the purpose of every feature with respect to user management to give you some perspective on how each of these features works with each other. So, when you consider user management in Zoho CRM as a subject, as a whole, there is a wide range of topics that form a part of it. And if you had to give it some perspective, if you had to give it some sort of a flow, as in when do you use which feature, in what order, how does everything work together? If you're looking at some sort of a user management flow in Zoho CRM, then this would be it. It begins with purchasing user licenses. So, as you may be aware already, Zoho CRM works on the basis of user licenses. That is, if you require 5 users to get on board your account, then you need to purchase 5 user licenses. If you need 500 users on board, you need to purchase 500 licenses. It's as simple as that. There is no limit or there are no restrictions with respect to the number of licenses you can hold or the number of licenses that can be added to an account. The first step is to purchase the required number of user licenses. And before you start adding your users in, we recommend that you set up the required profiles and role hierarchy. So these two features, that is profiles and roles, are like the two sides of a coin for a user. These are very essential, and a user cannot exist without being mapped to a role and a profile. So what are profiles? Profiles are nothing but a central control panel of sorts that determine the CRM permissions that can be performed by a user. What can somebody do in CRM? Can they export records? Can they delete data? So there are multiple things that you can do in CRM, and a profile determines what a user can do in CRM, the actions that they can perform. Whereas role hierarchy is nothing but your default organizational structure. Say, for example, in your organization, you have a hierarchy, very simple linear hierarchy that starts from the vice president and then the sales managers, then the sales reps, and finally the sales trainees. It's a linear ladder. In such a case, this structure has to be mapped to Zoho CRM so that CRM also understands your hierarchy in order to determine the default data sharing flow. Alright, so according to your structure, your default data sharing is also set in Zoho CRM. So that way, while profiles determine what the user can do in CRM, roles determine what they can see in CRM. Can they see other people's data? Can they see their manager's data or their subordinates' data? So all this data access details are determined by the role hierarchy. And by default, the data access flow in Zoho CRM flows according to this role hierarchy. So you set up profiles and roles in Zoho CRM, and then you start inviting your users in. This way, it's easier for you to map a user readily to their respective roles and profiles. Otherwise, you'll have to go back and forth creating them and then changing the roles and profiles. That's going to be a hassle. So that's why we recommend that you create the required profiles and roles in advance before inviting your users in. So you purchase user licenses, you set up profiles and roles, and then you start inviting your users in. So as I mentioned before, the role hierarchy determines the default data access flow, right? From top to bottom, or whichever your organization structure is, that determines the default data access flow. If that is sufficient for you, if that works for your organization, then there's no more action required in the data sharing front. So your default organization structure itself determines the data access flow, so you don't have to do anything else beyond this. But if that's not the case, if there are exceptions, for instance, on a rare occasion, you need the sales trainee to be able to access a few leads of the vice presidents. So in such a case, this is an exception. So in this case, you can start configuring further data sharing methods. So what are these further data sharing methods? If you want to share, say for example, if the sales trainee has to gain access to the entire leads module of the vice presidents, then you can go for data sharing rules, which helps you share an entire module to a different role. It doesn't stop with trainee and vice president. From role A to role B. From any role, if you want to share an entire module to a different role, you'll use the data sharing rules. And if you want to share just a few records, maybe they don't need access to the entire module, they only need access to a few records from a different role, then you will go for record level sharing. These are all administrator settings, by the way. Okay, and there are other means by which data can be shared with users, and those are co-ownership and territories. Now we'll go through all of these one by one. We spoke about all of this starting with purchasing user licenses, right? So here there's a quick point. You have to choose the suitable edition and buy user licenses, right? When you subscribe to Zoho CRM, you would have seen multiple editions: enterprise, professional, and standard, ultimate, and so on. So you go and subscribe to one edition. All the further user licenses that you purchase will belong to that edition. You cannot have an assortment of editions. 20 users on enterprise, 10 users on the free edition. You cannot do that. Once you subscribe to a certain edition, all the ensuing licenses will be from that edition. So you choose the suitable edition and start purchasing the user licenses. How many licenses to buy? As I already mentioned, the number of licenses is equal to the number of people you want accessing your CRM account. If it's 5, then 5 user licenses. If it's 500, it's 500 licenses. The first person to subscribe is the super admin of the account. Let's say I subscribe to Zoho CRM for my entire team. Then I become the super administrator by default. A super administrator is one who has all the administrative privileges, and there can be only one super admin per organization. The super administrator then invites other users on board. There is another thing that you need to note about the super administrator. The only difference between super administrator and a regular administrator is that the super admin also acts as the point of contact for Zoho for subscription and other billing details, other communication. For example, if there's an event coming up, then the super admin of the account will get a notification. The super admin is the point of contact for Zoho for any communication of sorts, and the super admin is also the only person who can delete other users in the account. And a super administrator can always be changed. If you think somebody is the super admin and now I want to transfer my role or privileges to somebody else, I can always go back and change the super admin.